Hello and welcome everyone to the live. That's right. I mean, we're not. This is to the mass public. I thought that with May, I haven't done a public live in quite some time. I think it was like first week of January of this year. So I thought we would do a 5 month just like check in, 4 month check in. Um, and kind of just get to hang out and talk about the challenge and really anything else that we want to talk about. Please ask me any questions in the comment section and I'll bounce off the questions. I want this to be as interactive as possible. I want to say, first and foremost, thank you to everyone for all the feedback that I've gotten from the Cara Maria docuseries. Um, I know that the last part was took longer than expected. I did get my computer up and running after it kind of blew a gasket. So I did get the original computer up and running and was able to salvage and back up the whole computer, which was very, very exciting. But in at the end of the day, I already got the third part out by that time. But I just want to say thank you to everybody. I know it took a long time for that docuseries to come out. And it took a long time editing and making sure that it was perfect. And I just want to say thank you so much for everybody who watched it, watched all three parts, even watched the fourth full length, putting that all together, and then even rewatching or watching the 2.5 hour version, which is all three parts put together. And all the comments left on it and all the thumbs up, even thumbs down. I really, really appreciate it. And I also want to say I got goosebumps because on Instagram, when I posted the last thumbnail up there, a lot of people were tagging Cara and kind of letting her know that, hey, this person made a docu-series about you and maybe you should check it out. And she actually liked and commented on all three of my thumbnails. And I thought that that was just a very surreal moment. So that was awesome. To me, that was a very pinch me moment. I thought that that could have been a possibility, but I just wanted to go in there and tell her story. And for there to be, for at the end of this thing, or the end of this journey, when I kind of felt like this whole weight kind of like lifted off of me after I put the last part out there, that she was able to at least see that I made the thumbnails and know that there is a docu series about her out there that is actually like 2/3 of the untold history. I'm not gonna lie, I just thought of that. The untold history was like 6 1 hour long parts, and I made 3 parts that were like 45 minutes each to get 2.5 hours. So that's like also pinch me kind of thing. But thank you everyone for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for just being here tonight. And as well as I want to thank the patrons out here that are in the live and also who could not be here in the live. They're watching afterwards, but patreon.com/angelcakevids. I really, really appreciate you. They were there to support financially when I wasn't posting as much, when I put so much into the Cara Maria doc. So I really, really appreciate everybody over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. I will put their names up, as well as this live is sponsored by myself, because if you can't sponsor yourself, who will sponsor you? And I've been doing this for so long, nobody really wants to sponsor me. So it's fine. It's totally cool. I'm not taking that. I do want to say this. I do want to just throw this out there. Just wanting to put this out there. I do want to announce that I have started doing research for the next docu-series. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say when it's going to come out, because it's going to take quite a while. I will be dropping hints. I don't know. I thought that would be cool to like drop hints every so often as we're going through the process. My first hint is that this challenger has done a lot of seasons. So that is your first hint, as vague as it can be. That is the first hint of the next challenge docu-series / documentary. It is somebody that has done a ton of seasons, and by a ton, I'm saying 8+. But be aware of the next clue that I will be dropping maybe in the next month or two. But I will say that it is somebody that is who has done quite a bit of seasons, a ton of seasons. But now that I have done 5 minutes of thanking everybody and kind of rambling on, before we get into anything, yes, I wasn't gonna yes, including spinoffs, they had been in quite a few seasons, quite a ton of seasons. But anyways, um, so I love seeing everybody just like throwing out names. There's quite a few names there's a ton of names being thrown out there. But now that I've done stop it. Now that I've done quite a bit of rambling for the first 5 minutes, kind of getting everybody in, I do want to say go up to the top and say hey to everybody who is here before we get into any of the topics, aka the Rushmore and other challenge news updates, and any questions that anybody has. Please drop them in the chat, and I will love to just talk about anything, whether it's a challenge of old, challenge of new, spin-offs. If it is a challenge season that is currently airing or is about to air or is wrapping up filming or going to be happening in the future, no spoilers in the chat, please. But I will be happy to talk about some feelings about the World Championships, All-Stars 4, USA 2, past seasons. I am doing a massive rewatch as well. So definitely excited. I'm glad that Lovable Nikki said it. Spoiler-free live and chat. Please be respectful. Do not spam the chat. Please, please, please. And thank you for being here on a Monday night, 7:07 Eastern Standard Time. But thank you for being here, whatever time it is where you are. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Demetria, thank you so much for being here. Willie, thank you for being here. Hey, guys, I don't agree with the Tori should be the new face after watching her in World Championships. I don't want her as the new face of the challenge. Very interesting take. I mean, I think a lot of people would agree with you, but there's a good amount of people that I think would also think that she deserves to be the face now that she's been the champ. But that's a great debate topic. I'm not going to lie. Dahlia, welcome. You are here. Thank you for being here. Long time no chat. I know. It's been, I think, since January. It's been quite a while. Hello, Sue. Hi, all. Been waiting all day for this. Well, hopefully it's worth it. Hello, Justin. You too, Bearcat. Agree with Lloyd. No Tori as face of the challenge. Then who would be the face? I wonder. Who would, yeah, exactly. Jen, in all caps, welcome here. And yeah, who would we choose instead of Tori to be the new face of the challenge? Arno, thank you for being here. Hey, y'all. Okay, I added the y'all. Hey, y'all. Expect a lively Mount Rushmore discussion. No, me too. Yeah. Kellyanne, after this season, I don't know how many times she's going to be on the show, though. But Kellyanne did come in firing. I know a lot of people, when they saw that Kellyanne was coming in as a quote-unquote legend of the challenge, a lot of people were questioning her. I'm so happy that she came into the season ready to play, ready to prove that she is a legend and she deserved to be in the World Championship. And yeah, she did her thing. Spoiler alert, she did get eliminated. So if you have not seen last week's episode, I'm sorry, she did get eliminated. Think she'll be back though, yeah. Just joining. Hope I didn't miss much. It just started. Trust me. Hello, Eric. Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Tanika, thank you for being here. Hello. Hey, Christopher. Welcome. I don't know. I was gonna stop at Chris, but thank you for being here. I'm just tired of Tori talking down to people. The most frustrating part is that she did win. She has done so many seasons, and I don't know, you kind of like expect or hope that, yeah, there we go. You expect and hope that she would come in and just be a little bit more savvy with like her strategy and everything, but burn voting on herself. I mean, it's worked out for her. So how much criticism can I really give to her, even though I did kind of go in on her a couple of videos, but I'm just saying, like, it's it's kind of infuriating because you don't expect CT to start burn voting on himself. You don't expect Bananas to start burn voting on himself. I don't think Kara would do it. Laurel would definitely not say herself. So I don't know. It's a strategy that's working for her. Her friends are keeping her safe, but it's also infuriating to watch because you want these moves to be made, yet somebody is kind of opting out of wanting to make moves and show where their cards lie and just say, I'd rather just say myself because I know I'm not going in. So I'd rather just not. It's just kind of annoying. Love that docu-series. Thank you so much. I'm really, really appreciative. I'm very proud. I'm not gonna lie. Like looking back and watching, like looking through and rewatching the whole doc when I put it up, and then try like the 2 hours and 21 minute one, and then like looking through it to see when everything connects to see if it like flowed smoothly into one another's parts. Even though I did it like all in different months, but seeing it all smoothly go together and watching that 2.5 hours, I just sat there and going like, I made this. Like it was just like surreal. I was when I set into doing the project, I didn't expect it to come out that like that. I had an idea in my brain, and to me, on my own personal standards, it came out better than I expected it did, and I was very proud of it, and I'm glad that there was a ton of people that really enjoyed it as well. So, thank you everybody. It really pushed me and it motivates me to just jump right into the next subject and the next player, and I'm very excited to get started on their journey as well. Kiki as the new face of the challenge. Oh man, I wish. I wish. I love Kiki. That Cara Maria series was a work of art. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I did love it when there was a comment on it that said, because I posted the 2.5 hour full version of it, and somebody said, yeah, you're definitely a Cara Maria stan. And I'm like, I could just be a huge fan of the show and like the journey that we were taken on with Cara throughout that time and see her evolve as a player. That it's like, I don't necessarily have to be a Kara stan to like want to put her story together and really like explain the evolution that she's been through slash still going on. I mean, we know she's going to be on All Stars 4 as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that's all going to go. Laurel should be the new face of the challenge. I mean, if she wants to, she is a doctor, Dr. Stuckey. So it's going to be interesting to see how many seasons she's going to do. I mean, she's going to be on All Stars 4. She was on 38. So, I mean, she has that backup plan to be a veterinarian. So you never know. When do you think Brad will come back? I mean, Brad was an alternate for the world championship. So he could have been back as soon as now. I'm surprised that he hasn't tried to put his hat in the ring for the main series because he was on the main series. Well, he has kids, so maybe he doesn't want to do the main series, but he could have very much been on the world championships. I'm sure if All Stars were to have called him up, he would have said yes instantly. So I think he could be on the next All Stars. I doubt they stop at 4. I think they would be on like they would want to do like at least 6 or something. And if season 40 is an all winner season, which I just want to keep saying that. I want to keep saying like season 40. What if it's all? Because honestly, season 40 is going to be a huge milestone for the show. And if they do anything less than like an all championship season or anything like, you have to come out swinging because 30 was when they introduced the $1 million. Cutthroat was really, really good, but I'm serious that they need to do something big for 40. And I think if they called them up for 40 and maybe bumped up the prize money to $1 million each for one man and one woman, I think that he would say yes in a heartbeat and try to play his best out there. Tori's definitely been conflating real life and the challenge. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Yes, thank you for noticing. This is hot off the press. Trying out a new shirt, a new blend, And I thought this one came out really, really good. The bakery. This is what the Patreon is. Patreon.com/AngelCakeVids. If you sign up for the Patreon, you'll be in on the bakery. You can't get a shirt just yet. I'm testing these out. I'm making my own merch right now. And I thought this one came out pretty well. This was a test one. I think it came out pretty well. What about Jordan as the face? I don't know. He's got a lot going on. Welcome, Dana. He's got a lot going on with his clothing line. I think he does a lot of races as well, like Ironman and marathons and everything. So I think he does a lot there. I think he also has another business. So I don't know. Break up the Vacation Alliance and not have any on. Yeah, good luck with that. That's like half the cast now. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm testing it out, definitely. Cara Maria likes your videos. Well, I don't know. I can't see exactly who like individually likes my videos. But she definitely liked the Instagram pictures that I made. So at least she likes my thumbnail art of her journey. So that was really, really cool. Just her noticing something that I made is really, really cool. I mean, it took like months. It took like 4 months to get that out. So it was nice to have that recognition, you know? For somebody like me who's only really been watching the challenge for like 5 years, and I did go back to see some of the older shows, seeing that history that you put together was so enlightening. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. Entertainment, nostalgia hit if you have been watching the challenge for so long and know Cara's journey, or it like enlightens you a little bit. So yeah. I can't stand Brad. What's the problem with Brad's beard? He worked hard. He worked hard of not doing anything to that beard. Excuse me for a second. Something. Uh, s- uh yeah. Okay. Evelyn. Evelyn was definitely one of my all-time favorite. Same here. I mean, I'm rewatching like older challenge seasons, and yeah, she was a beast. I think she could come back and still be a beast. Just come back and pick up where she left off. Should there be a docuseries on the evolution of Brad's beard? when did when did Brad's eyes just keep getting bigger and bigger? That's the evolution I really want to see. Love the Cara Maria Sears, Drew. I'm so glad she liked your videos. Well, again, she liked something of the videos. But yeah. What about Kyle? What about Kyle for what? A docuseries? I mean, I think if he does a couple of more, I think he's only done like 6 or 7. But I don't think. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'll keep on looking through the chat as we go along, but let us move on to this. Could happen. I could see this happening if they're on 39 and one of them or both of them go far into the season. I could definitely see them being the newer faces of the challenge. I think Horacio is a lot more like ample to do like more seasons of the challenge. I think I read an Instagram post where Olivia was like asked if she were to come back onto the challenge, and she said she would like to, but I don't know if she like gave a hard yes. I definitely want to. All Stars is already filming. I mean, All Stars is already filmed. Luckily, I was dodging spoilers all through the town, but it's already filmed and in the books. So yeah. What is your dream concept for what massive? I mean, I'm telling you, they should just rip off Survivor like they did during the Island. Just make it an all winter season. They have all these spin-offs that people are winning from. I mean, you have Kaz, you have Kiki, you have Troy, you have Danny, you have Sarah, you have all these players that we've like kind of watched through, and then the winner of Argentina, which I don't know if anybody's watched it, so I'm not going to jump super into it. But they have all these spin-off winners, and they could still do like more spin-off winners. You have All Stars, if there's a new winner in All Stars, kind of like John A in the first couple of seasons, when she didn't win on the main show, but she came back and won on All Stars. You could have USA 2 if there was a winner on that season that hadn't won before, since there are MTV people on USA 2, which ridiculous. I mean, they have enough people, they have enough recent seasons with newer winners that they could actually bring in newer winners and just have a full cast of champs and make the prize money 2 million, but don't going forward make it 2 million. Like, make it to where just this season is capping off at 2 million, go back to just 1 million the whole way, because I think that's how you like really cap it up on season 40. And I know that there's like this speculation of, will the challenge be around after season 40? Well, just go out with a bang then if it's not going to be back in at season 40. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be. It's either going to be on MTV for life, or it's just going to make its way onto Paramount Plus and just stay there for the rest of its time. But I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. But that's my concept. Just reach out to every past champion, see if they want to go for it. I mean, heck, if the prize money is 1 million for each man and woman that wins, I think you're going to have people coming out of the woodwork that are willing to like put their hat in the ring that we haven't seen in quite a while. So I think that would be awesome. Yeah. Checked in from the West Coast. Thank you for being here, DJ Charisma. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the live. Coral was a boss. Oh my gosh. I just watched well, on Patreon, we just watched season 5. And then I just watched a season with her on there as well. And yeah, Coral, I miss Coral so much. I wish she would come back to All Stars. I wish she would do it. That would be awesome. Speaking of season 40, Amber B said that she's on the Challenge Official podcast that she is going to try to be ready to go for season 40. So I feel like they do have an idea for season 40 that they're not letting everybody else know. And if she is about to have a baby really, really soon, yet is really raring to go to get back by season 40, I think that that should tell us a lot. I think that should tell us a lot. All right. Let's get into the main topic here. Well, first of all, before we talked about a lot about the challenge. We talked about a lot about the challenge All Stars 4 and a lot about the stuff. And I want to talk about something that popped up on the Reddit, the subreddit here. And it was this one from, I'm not going to read that name. You could say that name if you want, but they are a part of Kara's cult. I did not see the name before I even said anything. But somebody tagged Kara, Morgan Yates tagged Kara and Cook and said that Rivals 2. And Kara replied by like, quote, storying it. I don't know what you call this, but she added it to her story and said, tagged Heather Cook and said, just randomly checked in on me the other night. Funny to see this. If you love me, skip War of the Worlds 2, please. I promise I make it up to you. And I think this is talking about the challenge All Stars. So interesting. I mean, we've kind of been waiting. Kara's definitely been way more active as of late on the challenge on her Instagram. So it's very, very interesting that she says she's going to make it up to us, or at least Morgan. She's going to make it up to Morgan. But hopefully she makes it up to all of us. Yeah, I don't know what that means anyways, but yeah. So yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting that that popped up on the challenge. And I'm hoping that All Stars happens freaking soon. They've been sitting on this for a while. I don't know when it's going to come out. Hopefully it's this summer. I also hope that we get like a week or two in between World Championships and All Stars 4, because we've been going 30, almost 34 weeks straight of challenge content between 38 and now World Championships, which is going to be like 12 episodes. So you think about it, 22 weeks and then 12 weeks just going straight through. I mean, that's over half a year. And then what if they pop out and be like, yo, All Stars 4 happening right after this? Check it out on Paramount Plus. Don't even stop watching. Just keep going into All Stars 4. I mean, we could be going through 44 weeks almost, because normally 10 episodes, but 44 weeks of challenge content. Like, we talk about wanting quality over quantity, but we're getting quantity right now. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So Cara basically said in that Instagram, like, watch it out. Watch out for it. Keep your eyes peeled, key and peeled. All right, let's get into the main subject that we were I kind of put into the thumbnail. As a connoisseur of someone who used to make Mount Rushmores back in the day, if you're new to the channel, I used to do this stuff. I don't know where to point. I used to do this stuff. I used to come in here and I would make a Mount Rushmore videos. Now, I never did like a Mount Rushmore of top competitors, because I always wanted to keep that I wanted to hold that until hitting a milestone in the channel. And we've hit quite a few milestones, but there's one milestone in particular that I want to wait for this. Talking about the top 10 players of all time, putting out my own list, and everything like that. But I used to do this. I used to make Mount Rushmores of like challenge couples, pairs that competed alongside each other, like who were the best. So Mount Rushmores are interesting. We'll get into what you could actually like what it could mean to you, and what your criteria is based on. But on one of the more recent Mike Lewis podcast, shout out to Mike Lewis, who does great interviews over on his YouTube channel and on Spotify, and where really any podcast services are available. But very recently, he had Veronica on there, and the topic turned to what if you were to make the Mount Rushmore of female challengers, who would be your 4? So she goes through it, and her criteria. Now, I understand what her criteria is. Her criteria is who are the best women in the different eras of the show. And so when it came down to it, she said herself for the first 10 seasons, I think. And then she said Cara for the next couple, then Sarah. And then because Tori is one of the more recent champions, one of the more recent faces, she has been on like a ton since debuting in Dirty 30. She gave it to Tori. Now, I think that's pretty valid given the criteria. I think it's a little bit flawed on the sense that if you're going by the eras, or if you're going by the 10s, like, you could definitely make a case for Veronica because she won her 3 championships. She was pretty much the most dominant player in the single digits up to 10. Cara never played in the 10s. She started at 19 and basically actually started playing the game in the 20s. So I think she dominated the 20s. She would, if you're doing that criteria, you move Cara to where Sarah Rice is, or Sarah Patterson. You brain candy Sarah. You move her over there. Who dominated a woman competitor, a woman who is on the challenge that dominated the 10s, was none other to me than Evelyn. Evelyn made her debut on 12. She won 13. She won 14. She won 14. She won 16. And then she won 21. Close-ish. But I mean, she was dominant. She made it to the finals in 15. I mean, she did lose in 18, but that and 19. But to me, if you're going by the different eras or the 10s, Evelyn deserves where Cara is. You can make the case that Cara should be where Sarah is. She did make a ton of finals from 20 to 31, but 20 to 30, she made a ton of finals. She won in 27. She won in 31. So close to that era. And I guess I don't think here's my thing. I don't like doing the different eras because I think it's too soon to just hand over a face on the Mount Rushmore, the top 4, and not necessarily even the top 4, because honestly, you could make so the Mount Rushmore could be viewed as the 4 faces could be 4 different types of competitors who excelled in different parts of the game that make the challenge. So politics, you could say Veronica. Physical, you could say Kara or Laurel. For strategy or any, like, you could go in any different ways. But if I'm looking at these different eras, I think there's some lines crossed. I think Sarah is really, really good, but you're missing a 3-time champ in Evelyn, and I think that's where the wires get crossed for me personally. But for now, I think Veronica is valid in her line of thinking. I don't know if she got some time to think about this or if she just was going off the cuff. If you're just going off the cuff, it's going to be a lot more difficult to sit there and be like, oh, I have all these plot points, or I remember everybody that I used to play with, or people from like 30 years ago or anything like that. So I don't necessarily blame Veronica if this was just sprung on her and she was just going to name people that she's trying to name off the top of her head. But I've had days to think about this, and I'm not huge of like the Evelyn not even getting a chance or an even like getting put up here. And I mean, she's right. I know people won't agree on those names, and I think quite a good amount of people don't agree. And I think there are some in here right now. And so let me see a decent list, but a little biased. I would agree with that, Desmond. I definitely agree with that. Thank you for being here, by the way. Laurel, yeah, George Cruz. Where is Laurel? I think that's a tough one. You know, Laurel is dominant. She was dominant in her like her early seasons when she couldn't lose. She couldn't. Well, she could lose. She didn't. She only won once, but she couldn't like get eliminated before going to the finals. She was always in the finals. She was always somebody that everybody was worried about. And then, but she was such a huge force in the game. And I mean, if she had as many seasons as Kara did, if she had 14 seasons, 15 seasons underneath her belt, I mean, what could her challenge career look like? You know, that's another thing to think about. Like, I'm really into boxing and watching the Modern Martial Artist on YouTube, and just watching through like fight breakdowns and everything, and learning about Muhammad Ali getting rejected from boxing. Like he was banned from boxing for 3 years. And what could have happened in those 3 years if he would have been able to keep on going with his career, you know? So yeah. Julie's coming in with Laura or Laurel, Evelyn, Coral, and Ashley. That is a spicy meatball. My goodness. I think that's interesting. Ashley over Tori in this era. That is a great point. I didn't even think of that. If you're thinking of, she won twice. She won twice in the 20s, right? So yeah. I think, well, 32. She won in 32. She won 32 and she won in 29. So yeah, I would agree with this. I would agree with this. That Ashley over Tori twice in the same eras that basically the same eras that Tori was playing in. I would agree with this. If you're going by era, I would agree with this. So I guess my idea would be Veronica, Evelyn, Cara, and Ashley. Does that sound right? I'm going to keep going through the chat because I think that's a little bit more on cue, I think. Challenge pushing out seasons after season. This is accurate. You know, this is very accurate. Cash wash. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And yeah. Oh Oh man, yeah. And not only that, it's not even just like doing the tiny table talks and all the review and recaps over and over and over again, but it's also doing the power rankings over at Reality Realness with 3 S's with Chantel every single Friday/Saturday. Um and you know what's the most like wire crossing is a lot of these players are coming back. They're all coming back. Like sometimes I get my wires crossed in what season am I talking about? When did this happen? What season was this? Don't get me started on all the spinoffs looking like the Challenge 38. Oh my gosh, that just throws me through a loop. At least USA I could understand is a completely different season, but when you have the same competitors on a lot of the same challenge seasons, but then you have 4 seasons that look exactly the same. Oh my goodness. I don't think I can. Yeah. Get Tori out, put Ev up there. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I definitely don't agree with Tori being on there. So a lot of people are kind of saying the same thing. So yeah. I could see this. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I mean, we could try to do one for the men, but that's going to be a lot harder, I think, for the men's side because I would want to fudge up some of the eras because a lot of the players started around the same time. You have Darrell, who started in 7. You have CT, who started in 8. You have Bananas starting at 13. West starting at 12. I mean, there's no eras for those guys. It's just they're the same era. They started the same era, but maybe they had their peaks in different eras. So maybe that could be a difference in that one as well. Now I'm seeing a lot of people talking about the men's side of who would be on there. I will get there definitely in a second. I want to see what everybody has to say. Ashley is much more well-rounded as a competitor for me. Yeah. I'm tired of pairs. I am too. I kind of like, I don't know. I just like really like solo seasons. I like solo seasons the most. I just the friendships are just getting a little too overpowered, in my opinion. So Jody should get on the Mount Rushmore. Do you agree, Drew? She is a 2-time champ. She's only done 3 main seasons and All Stars 2 in the World Championships, if I'm correct. Because she was on 10. No, she's done 4. She was on 10, 13, 10, 11, 13. And is that it? Oh man. Am I really like blanking on Jody's challenge record? I'm trying to impress everybody here. If you did not notice me just like throwing out names and stuff. Yeah, there she is. She's won 2. Well, only 3 seasons? I think that's impressive. Oh, I didn't even show that. There we go. She's won 3 seasons, which is she's won 2 seasons. She's been on only 3 seasons, but that's still impressive. I mean, from 10 to 13, you only missed 12, and then you win back to back. I mean, Gauntlet 2 is a little funky though. I don't know about that. I really do like Jody. I think she's still a fierce competitor to this day. I wish she would have went farther in World Championships. I think you could make a case for a lot of people. And you know what? I really would love to do this like on a stream of like people giving like if you could like that unpopular debate that we did that with me, Chris, and Chantel did like a while ago. It would be really cool if we could get like a round table of people and then the chat throws out different people to be like, should this person be in the top 10? And somebody has to like give reasons why that person should be in the top 10. I think that would be really, really cool and a really, really like stimulating to the mind of having to like reach into their reach into your mind to like really make a oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm acting like Porky Pig right now. My goodness. Mount Rushmore pizza, CT. I mean, If we had a Mount Rushmore of food fights, it's definitely going to be Marie. You have CT with the egg quesadilla. You have was it Corey for the who ate no should we put Amber on there of who ate my pizza? That would be really, really funny. And then just put food underneath them, like etched in the rock. That'd be really, really funny. Casey doesn't even need an honorable mention. Oh man, Casey catching strays. Is somebody out here saying that Casey needs to be put up there? I mean, she's a champ. She's got as many champions as Tori does. Just throwing that out there. So I just think it's hard. I think it's hard to put anybody who doesn't have more than one championship that has played in the more recent seasons right up there with some of the greatest, I feel, of all time. I think it's still too early because you never know. Like, what if Ashley comes back the next season, 39 or 40, and then come out and beats it out and then ties Veronica and Evelyn for 3-time champ? Like, what do we do then? I mean, you put up Tori on there, you're just gonna like it's a fake statue, but I mean, you're gonna have to take that down and put up Ashley, you know? Or anybody, realistically, anybody can come back and get their third, you know? So imagine I'm sure they do. I'll be honest, I'm sure they do. This one's a season with Tori and we do the hall brawl. That's like every season. Except 38. I don't think 38 had a hall brawl. So pretty interesting. Who would y'all say for the guys going off the 10s? The 10s? Well, I think with the guys you have to see when they started like hitting their peak. If you say the 20s, I would say Bananas was he went to like 4 straight. He went to 5. I think he went to 4 finals in 5 seasons that he played, and he won like a ton of them. So the 20s would be Bananas, even though he started in 13. CT would be late 20s, 30s, because he's been winning so much more recently. Darrell in the early stages, because he won 4 straight back then. You could also say, I guess, Jordan? I don't know. Where does West fit in that? Because he won in so many different eras, you know? Oh, that's a good one. If you're going by eras, I think it's a little bit easier than going off like right off the top of your head of who should straight up be on there. Sorry, I whistled. I'm like that one news anchor. I did not mean to do it. Men is CT, Derek, Darrell, and Miz. I guess you could say Miz was definitely 5 and then 10. He won twice. Darrell was 7 through 12. No. Yeah, 7 through 12. He won 7, won 8, 110 and 112. So yeah, I can see that. Derek, that's a good point. Derek did really good in the teens because he won 14, 16, and 18. So that's pretty solid. Yeah, I could see this. I could see this one. That's a pretty good one. JGR for life. Really, really solid right there. I think the men's side is pretty clear now. I can see that. Okay. Ooh, I don't know about that. I mean, you said it's pretty clear, but you're missing Darrell. Darrell's third all time and wins, just straight up wins. But then again, those are 4 heavy hitters, you know? And then this happens. And then this happens. You bring in Landon into the mix. I don't know about Brad, though. Should not he be in the Mount Rushmore? What? I want to do the what is it? The Lucille Bluth. I don't understand the question, so I'm not going to answer. I don't know why. I will say, you bring up a great point here. The World Championship has shown a different side of Casey, where she has definitely used more of her social game, her political game, and not just been like, I'm putting in the cruise control. I got Fessy, I got Josh, I got Nani. And then between them, I even got more and more people, and everybody is so afraid of sending me into elimination or going up against me. I do think that she is showing a little bit more of her personality and her game. And I thought, yeah. Tori shouldn't be on there of it's the best females, but the criteria was the 4 females who you can't tell the story of the challenge about, and the 4 Veronica said was correct. I mean, yeah, I could see that. I still think that Evelyn should be up there though. I think if you're talking about yeah, I want to say that. Mount Rushmore of haircuts, it's just Leroy. Well, CT did give Landon his cool haircut in Inferno too. So maybe CT should be up there with haircuts. Also, CT got a haircut too in the other in another season. He's like shaved off his whole head and had a rat tail at one point. Oh man. um, I mean, I do think so. In my honest opinion, I do think so. If it doesn't, if I just think if you really want to make this season 40 hype and everything, I mean, I want to see champs from all eras. I mean, I'm waiting for Mark to make his return. He last time we saw him was Rivals or X's 22, and he pretty much came back on like every 10 years of the challenge. And he didn't make it into the 30s, but what if he came back in 40? And he's in the best shape ever. I mean, I think that would be pretty cool. But I really do. I'm praying. Like I'm praying. Like I'm out here saying just make it an all champ season. I don't care if it's $2 million. Honestly, the prize money does not just whatever. I mean, I just want season 4 to be an all champ season. I would love to my main thing I would love to see is all champs from all different eras, not just recent champs. I would love to see all champs and then just modified versions of past daily challenge and eliminations. And just have like some of the best hits from back in the day. And then have those flashbacks ready of being like, this is reminiscent of the pole wrestle. And then boom, or not even the pole wrestle, but just like past dailies, past eliminations. And I think that would be so like, it would be so good. I mean, All Stars is already feeling that way, but I think for season 4, you need to go big. And I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, I agree. Definitely dominated the 20s for sure. Dang, everybody just having an opinion today. Thank you so much, Julie's Heart, for the $5. Why is Naya a legend? Thanks for your hard work. Naya is a legend because she is a great competitor. I mean, the same way that Nelson is a legend, the same way that Kellyanne is a legend. She made it to a finals. She has shown her hard work. I mean, All Stars 3 was pretty dominant for Naya. I really liked her on that season. She came back wanting to prove something, and she did. And I'll be honest, I wish Naya would have gone farther. I wish we would have gotten to see more of her, especially with like stuff that happened with Jordan and Tori on 38. I mean, with Naya coming in after what happened between her and Jordan in All Stars 3, and then everything that happened in 38 with Tori and Jordan, and then now all 3 of them, I was severely underwhelmed with the edit we got between all 3 of them. But I think Naya is a legend because she was a beast. I mean, she is a beast. If you think back to Free Agents, she went toe-to-toe with Cara, who got that great underdog upset win. But she still was in that. Even though she lost, she was still in there for like an hour to an hour and a half in that sand, going as long as she could against who is now we're considering to be on the Mount Rushmore of the challenge of Cara. And then you have her in X's 2, who I think her and Leroy were the best physical pair to almost ever play this game. I think you could make an argument for Nia and Leroy being the most physically dominant pair to ever play the game. Play the game together on a season, because they went into eliminations and they did everybody's dirty work, taking care of Bananas, taking care of Bananas and Nani, taking care of Teresa and Wes, and just sending people home one after another. So, and then All Stars 3, she had a great comeback. So I think that's why Nia is a legend. I wasn't expecting that, but I feel great about that answer. I hope you feel good about that answer, and that was worth the $5. Thank you again so much. I really, really appreciate it. Battle of the Champs would be nice. A true all-star season. To your lips, to the production's ears, please make this happen. Sends out some phone calls. Light it up, you know? John A. came back for this season. She could do it again. Janelle, she was ready to come back. I'm sure Darrell, I know he's been doing these seasons back to back to back, but I'm sure he'll do it too. I mean, let's do it. You know, Mark, I don't think Mark would say no, especially if Bananas is on there with him. You can have Mark and Bananas, the Bandana Boys, back together. Would love to see Coral. Coral and the Miz are like my top two that I want to see. Well, Landon and Evelyn as well. Back on All Stars, but if they were like to come back on the main season, that would be incredible too. Bring back the banana backpack. Yeah. If you could send yourself into elimination and CT back on the challenge, looking down at that and being like, whoever got last place, be like, I want to go in. Let's go. Oh man. Bring back Frank. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very surprised we haven't seen Frank back since season 25, but also I think he just went on his own way. But he was dominant. His first two seasons, 23 and 24, making it to the finals, winning one of them. And then losing to the absolute dominant pair of Wes and CT. I mean, everybody was going to lose to them. It was plainly obvious. So, yeah, I think that'd be great. Emily did for Paula what Bananas couldn't do for Nani. Bring back Emily. Thank you so much, Smash the Hype, for $4.99. And I mean, Evelyn did it first. She even said that in Rivals, where she was like, I have to do the impossible. I have to get Paula to win a challenge. Who was Bad Luck Paula back in the day, and now she's like the queen of Rivals, essentially. If she would have been on Rivals 3, I wonder who her rival would be. Maybe Laurel, if she were to be on there. But, well, Rivals 2 was, Rivals 3 was men and women. I don't think she had any men rivals. I think she's good with all rivals. But yeah, I think Emily would come back for an all champ season. Honestly, I think a lot of people, if you say we're doing an all champ season, season 40, but you have to spice up the pot, because there's a lot of people that would be like, no, I'm not coming on. Even if the prize money is $1 million, 50 each, 500,000 each, 50 each, 500, but you would need to sweeten the pot and be like, yo, $2 million, $1 million for each. I think that's it. I think that's where you hook them, you know? Also, why not just make the season a little bit shorter? Why not? You know, why not? But you bring back all these super competitors. Let's go. Thank you, Sen Poppy. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It makes me feel a little flirty saying it that way. But Sen Poppy, $5. Thank you so much. Emily and Evelyn and Jordan and Landon are the best all-around challengers of their respective genders. It's hard to deny, you know? It's hard to deny that. It's hard to deny, because they were just so dominant, you know? Everybody feared them at one point, I think. And tested over and over and over again, they would just absolutely destroy, I think, anybody. So thank you, Smash the Hype and Send Poppy, again, for the $4.99 and $5. I really, really appreciate it for the super chats. I agree. Bring back the real world. Yes, El Jefe, I agree. You know how cheap it would be to just make real world? It's renting a house and having food, you know? I mean, to me, watching real world seasons, which we will start to do a Patreon rewatch of a real world season through the weeks. And we're going to watch through a whole real world season week by week, episode by episode on the patreon.com/angelcakevids. But I think real world would be just as um poignant as it was back then as it is today. It could be just as important. You could understand the conversations that people could have. I think that would be an interesting show, you know? And I think that would be so cheap to produce, so cheap to put together. I mean, that's why we had so many real world seasons at one point. Heck, put it on Paramount Plus. You did that for Real World Homecoming, which was a smash hit. So I agree. Just to throw this out there, the two possibilities, the two seasons that are up for voting as of right now of rewatching is season 28, which is Jordan's season, Jordan and Naya's season, Marlon's season, Avery's season, season 28, Portland, or we are going to be watching through season 15, which is Philadelphia. And so those seasons, which is Landon, MJ's, Karamo's season. So those are the two seasons that are up for voting. And then in May, we're going to be watching through that season as a Zoom watch party every single week until we finish up the season. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't seen either one of those seasons. You know, I've seen clips. I know of them because of the challengers, but I've never seen. I hate to say it. It's really, I haven't seen a ton of real world, and Road Rules has like been wiped from the earth. Where do you even find Road Rules anymore? I'm surprised it's not on Paramount Plus. I don't get it. I don't understand why. I would love to see some Road Rules, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. Welcome, Natalie. Theo Vaughn, I want to see. I don't think is going to happen. Theo Vaughn has so much going on, and also he had a really bad reaction when coming out of the challenge. He didn't get a lot of respect because he did reality TV back in the day that was like looked at as slimy, as not great. Now it's like nowadays everybody wants to get on reality TV and have that be your jumping off point, when back in the day that used to be like counterproductive. You got on TV, you won a ton of prizes on Battle of the Seasons 2002. But when you try to go to do stand up, you're the reality TV guy. You're the Road Rules guy. Ew, you're not really that funny. You can't be that funny. You had to go on reality TV while we were slushing it in bars. So I don't think he would be coming back, but he was such a dominant figure back then, you know. Is it Freak a Doctor? I guess. I'll be honest, I haven't really jumped into that. Send Poppy with another $5. Thank you again. I know people have their reservations about Kenny, but that Wes and Kenny beef is where the challenge truly came to life. I miss those days. I think back in the day, it wasn't just Wes and Kenny. It was just a ton of people, you know? There was a ton of rivalries back in the day that you felt those people did not like each other, and they were on opposite sides of the house, and they never would waver. And I think that's the difference, you know? I think that's the difference to what it is now, where everybody's frustrated with all the friendships, when back in the day there was like genuine rivalries, when it just doesn't seem like there are that many genuine rivalries anymore. But thank you again, Send Poppy, for another $5 for the super chat. Joanne coming in asking and campaigning for season 15. Wanting to see some Landon. Johnny Portland, that's right. That's his season as well. The Luck of the Irish. Oh man, Portland is on Netflix right now. I know. We'll probably watch it either on Netflix. Probably not though, because Netflix is a little bit like scrambled if you try to watch it on Zoom. But I'm probably going to watch on Paramount Plus. But yeah, I'll be honest. There's only a handful of real world seasons I watched. The real world seasons I watched were the first season, because they did a flashback Friday way back when during quarantine, which was awesome. And I think that was when the Real World Homecoming, the first season, was coming out. Homecoming. I watched Leroy's season for his documentary, which I really like that documentary. I kind of want to go back now that I did Kara's documentary and do another Leroy's documentary. And then I watched Zach's. Don't ask me why I watched San Diego 2. I don't know why I watched this season. It was bad. I don't recommend watching Zach's Real World season. It was not fun. It was not enjoyable whatsoever. Um, I don't know why I did that, but it was not fun. So I'm looking forward to maybe there was another Real World season I watched. I can't think of it. But I will say that I think that I will say that I think that that the best one I've watched so far is the Leroy season was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Rushmore of best non-winners, ladies, Kellyanne, Cam, Nani. The last spot is up for grabs. Definitely Cam. I would want to say DM because I love DM. I push forward to get those wins. I mean, if the shenanigans of the whole, like, if one member of your team goes down and doesn't finish, you can't win. That whole one rule that never has appeared before or since Gauntlet 3 doesn't happen. DM is a winner and at least a one-time champ. But I would say DM is definitely up there. I mean, a lot of people are going to say Anissa should be in there as well, which, I mean, she has done a ton of seasons and I think deserves some flowers. I mean, she was a dominant force back in the day. So, I mean, I could see also Anissa possibly being put in there as well. Where is Red is Not Flavor? Are they in here? Where are they? Oh, there we go. Welcome, Red is Not Flavor. Love the videos. Thank you for being here. I think everyone is scared of getting canceled. Real World would not work anymore. The conversations that I want to hear, MTV would probably cut out. That's a solid point. That's a pretty solid point. But yeah, that's a pretty solid point. You know, you make a good point there. And it was weird. I mean, the last few seasons that I read up on of the Real World, they were doing a lot of different things. It almost turned into like X on the Beach / Are You the One / a different type of reality show, and it just seemed odd, you know. So again, love the challenge videos that you make, the compilations of the out of context. If anybody has not seen Red is Not a Flavor, definitely go check them out. They make incredibly funny videos on YouTube as well. A lot of the challenge stuff happens, so please go check them out. I'm subscribed. I like pretty much every single video that they've ever made. So go check it out. Go check them out. Which topic is next? I mean, there's a whole bunch of nothing happening in the challenge news. I will say, I don't want to get into too many specifics of the Challenge USA 2 because it's still filming. There's a lot of like spoilers going out there. I hate Twitter right now. I'm trying to stay as far away from there as possible since Chantel, Chris, and I did not do our draft just yet for the Challenge USA 2. I will say I did see not a spoiler, but a possibility of what the game could look like. And I am confused. I don't understand what we're doing. Again, I'm still going to be optimistic about the show because it's a new season. It's going to be probably interesting. I'm interested in some of the storylines that could be brought up, but from the little thing I did say or did see, just like, what? I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, maybe you're more on board for it than I am, but I don't know. It's waning. I'm trying to stay moderate. I'm trying to stay in the middle. I'm trying to stay calm, cool, and collected about the Challenge USA 2, but I question what's going on. Yeah. I will not say anything. I will not put your comment up, Andrea, because I don't want a lot of people, but just I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Don't watch Real World Seattle. Is that the one that we're thinking of? Portland's in Seattle. But yeah. Yeah. Drag Race queens on the challenge, though. I mean, why not? You know? Also, we do need Big Brother Canada players. That's 100% needs to be. Yeah. Spoilers are not allowed. No spoilers. I will not say anything. I just want to say I'm just confused. I'm confused at what we're doing. Also, you know what else I'm very confused on about the Challenge USA 2? Is this leading to something? What is happening with USA 2? What I'm most confused about is I understand if you were making a Challenge USA 2 to be on CBS because of that first season doing way better in ratings than some challenge seasons combined. But if it's just going to be just a random spin-off to be on Paramount Plus, why are we using resources for that? Is that leading to another world championship? Are we going to have 3 to 4 other spin-offs, or is this just happening because we can make it happen? I don't know. Why? I don't think it's going to be in the summer because they're either still filming it or wrapping it up very, very soon. But I think that All-Stars 4 could be in the summer. More likely it's going to be All-Stars 4 into the summer. I'm just confused. I mean, it took a long time for after the USA spinoff for them to be like, hey, we're doing a world championship. Here's the other countries that we're going to, and then it's going to look like this season. But I'm just confused what we're doing with the actual Challenge USA 2. What am I supposed to be expecting from this? Is it just because we're going to do it? Or is it actually like we're actually moving towards another world championship? We're moving towards something else? Or is it just like, well, the first one did great. Maybe we can say, hey, USA 2 is going to be on Paramount Plus. Hey, subscribers, come over here. I just have more. The problem is I have more questions than answers, and it frustrates the heck out of me. So I just want to know. I just want to know where we're heading towards. But yeah. Yeah. Landon was crazy in Real World Philadelphia. Is that true? He's so mild-mannered in the challenge. I mean, yeah. Felipe, I'm so impressive with Kiki from the Challenge Australia. Yeah. I want her to be a mainstay. I love her and Troy. Troy was so dominant. I hate that we're not seeing more of Troy on this edit, but Troy was absolutely dominant in Australia. I hate that the Australia season got like no viewers after a while. No viewers whatsoever, because I think out of all the spinoffs, that one was the best spinoff out of everybody. Drew, did you watch the Real World Key West? I ain't telling. Portland is Oregon. Oh. What? I even watched Portlandia for a couple of seasons. I don't do well in geography. You know, I'm on the East Coast. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what's going on Midwest and over. If you hit Tennessee and over, I'm out. Oh man. Thanks everybody. You know, I over the years of doing all these videos and everything, the more I put into like my brain of the challenge, just the more just gets shoveled into the fire to make it energy. And as you can clearly see, like US geography is just completely decimated out of my brain. That is so funny. Portland, Oregon. Thank you for being here. Killer A's. Australia season was the best spinoff. I am glad you agreed. Yeah, I'm glad you. But yeah. Oh man. USA 2 is still filming. Okay, so you're telling me I definitely got to keep off of Twitter. That's what you're saying. Gotcha. I've been staying off of Twitter for as long as possible. But I'll stay away. I'll stay away. For sure. That's the conspiracy. Excuse me. That's the conspiracy. USA 2 could be on CBS, but then again, it could be just a Paramount Plus whatever, just a complete you never know, you know. So right now it's kind of on the fence of whether it will be on CBS or Paramount Plus, but a lot of people are coming out saying that's just going to be on Paramount Plus. So, yeah. Okay. Us Andrews have to stick together, my guy. Why are you doing this? I am also now reading this. I'm pretty frustrated that I didn't put any of her I didn't put many of her trivia content in the actual docuseries. That's very my bad. Very my bad. I've been trying. I do want to spend a little time talking about the World Championship and just getting everybody's thoughts on it. I know I've been kind of not the most active on hearting and replying to every single comment, especially when there was a lot of when I was using a lot of my time for the Cara Maria doc. So I do want to get everybody's thoughts on the World Championship. What do you think? Do you think that it was worth it? Are you still enjoying it now that we're heading into the 10th episode, the 9th week? Was everything that they put together worth this season? And are you still enjoying it? Because I do find myself still enjoying it. I think last episode was a little bit of a bump in the road. But as of right now, I thought that this season was one of the better seasons since for a while. So I don't know. I think it would be cool for I think this is the best. I don't hate it, honestly. I mean, they should put that on the DVD box. I don't hate it, honestly. They could have made this 39. I think that's yeah. I agree with this. They could have made it season 39 for sure. I'm enjoying it. I'm very glad. I'm still enjoying it as well. I do not. We got some good new players, but this is a waste. I mean, I agree that I think that the last episode was definitely slow. Ryan and I definitely agree that it's a little slow, but I thought the beginning and everything, I just don't want it to start fizzling it out. This was such a good season to begin with. We got Kellyanne making some big moves. You got Jody not taking crap from anybody. You have the vets kind of having to play on their back of their heels because the MVPs, even though they're partnering up with each other, they're kind of combating them a little bit. But I worry that if we're getting to a point where everybody's just agreeing with each other and the season is getting very, very small, that everything's just going to be kind of like cruise control here on out. But I guess we'll wait and see about that for sure. Yes, I'm still liking it. Tori can take some time off. This is a lot of the consensus on my on my comment sections. But yeah. They could have kept it for 39. I think it could have been interesting, but I don't think they could have like really elongated this season for 39 to be 22 episodes, because we can't, gosh forbid we have a season that's under 22 episodes that's on the main season. We have to go 20 plus episodes on there, so that they would have to bring in a ton more people, which I think could have been a lot more spicy, a little spicier if they were to do that. But then again, would be very similar to the Challenge 37. No? I mean, these players here actually played a season and knows how the game works, but maybe they thought it would have been too close to 37 that they didn't want to add it again to this season. But I hope we see a good amount of these players here on the World Championships cross over to the main flagship show, especially if we get 40 being an all championship season. I think that would be a lot more interesting as well. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe also because last episode was slow, that now it's hitting me that we've been doing this or been watching straight challenge content for over 30 weeks now, that maybe it's just like starting to slowly come into focus that maybe this is just a little too much all at once. Maybe it's just a little too much all at once. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let's talk about it though. Tori went out early in 35 and 36, and those were the last two recent seasons now that she's making finals. The seasons have been boring and bad. Touche. Touche. Oh man. I mean, yeah. I'm hoping for a good 39. I'm hoping for X's. I'm hoping for a lot of people to be taking some time off, especially if a lot of people who are saying this person should take some time off and they're scheduled to be on a very coming up season, very recent season coming up, that I'm praying that it's not the same wash, rinse, repeat kind of vibes. Give us free agents too. I mean, technically Vendettas was like a free agents too, but not directly. But yeah, I would love to do a free agents too. I mean, you could do that. And especially if you name it free agents too. I mean, I think they get too cuddly. They get too like rambunctious with these titles. Like don't you don't need to make things sound way more epic than it is. Vendettas, Final Reckoning. Just free agents too is good enough. You know, back in the day you had Gauntlet 1, 2 and 3. That was good. X's 1, 2 and 3. Rivals 1, 2 and 3. The simpler the better, you know? And then we had Final Reckoning as like Rivals 4, which did not work at all in my opinion. Well, the format didn't. I think a lot of people, it has some rewatchability, but Final Reckoning, like as a concept, and when you think about it with the redemption, it kind of falls flat for me. While we're wrapping things up, because I do want to, I don't want to hold everybody up. It is a Monday night. We can uh cut this off at 1:30 when everybody is having a good time, and I think we've depleted like honestly, I really wanted to have this chat, talk to everybody. And then when I looked into the news and stuff, like people are not talking. I guess because of the USA 2 All Stars 4 has wrapped, but it's been wrapped for quite a while. The last episode didn't have much flair to it, you know. So I think that I was kind of worried about how this live was going to go, but it's been a lot of fun. And if you enjoyed this live tonight, I do this on Patreon every single week, every single Saturday for the most part, unless there's a scheduling conflict. But every single Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I just talk with everybody. And I appreciate everybody for being here. But if this is something you're interested in and being in these lives and chats, I do this every single week on patreon.com/angelcakevids. So yeah, thank you, Margie, for the 1999 super sticker. First of all, 1999, sweet year. But thank you so much for the super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. That is super nice for the super sticker. Is CT ever coming back, or is he retired? I mean, I don't want to get too heavy into this, but he is going through some rough legal divorce stuff going on right now. I mean, he put up a video on his Instagram that wasn't that great, showing him that he is going through a lot. So if he's going through all of that and then wanting to be a dad and jump into the acting, I don't think he can just sign up for a challenge and be away from everything anytime soon, being away for a long time, for like 4 months, 3 months, 4 months for filming a show, 2 to 4 months filming a show. So I don't think he's retired, because nobody's ever really retired, you know, but I'm worried that maybe he'll be gone for a while. Maybe All Stars would be more his route, since that's way quicker filming, but we'll see. We'll see how it's all going to go, you know. We'll see how it's all going to go. Oh, thank you so much. Why has Georgia not come back? I mean, she did have that legal stuff with the court case with the revenge prawn with Stephen Bear. And then she went on a live. She wants to get her businesses going. She has worked and she would love to be out with the house and hanging out with everybody, but she just has so much going on in her her life, and she has so much that she wants to accomplish. She wants to settle down, have some kids soon. She said in her live. So she said that don't expect her to be back anytime soon. And yes, she did have some controversy, but even with that, she did take a small break. She wasn't asked back for quite a while, and then she was asked to possibly be in a pair for Challenge 38 between her and Theo. So she was not officially completely banned, but she's here. She declined. I think they were hoping out Theo for the world championships. And then I think she's also thinking of just her future. And she just, she never struck me as somebody who wanted to do like 15 to 14 seasons. So yeah. Thank you, Matthew. I really, really appreciate it. You're the man, you're the man, I'm sorry. I didn't think that was going to happen ever either. Yes. Oh, hold on. Yes. 100%. I think he just did a podcast called the Goated Podcast with him and Jenna. And I think he's more apt to come back than she is. But yeah, I'm with Brittany K here, Brittany G. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't really want. Okay, well, Pretty Boy does, but there's a good amount of people that do. And he said he was going to come back. I think he was first. Oops. He didn't. But yeah, that's why. With Georgia, that's what happened with Georgia. Yeah. Instagram post. Yeah, but yeah, Zach, I think is more apt, and he was originally rumored to be coming back for the Challenge USA 2, but did not. So yeah, Zach is better than Fessy, right? I don't know. Zach has a win, an easy win, but a win nonetheless. But yeah, before we go, I do want everybody to like the video. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Local Nikki, for being here. I do want to quickly, because Patreon and the bakery has sponsored this live, I do want to just play a quick ad for everybody, and it's my ad that I made. So I'm going to just quickly play this ad, and then I'll come back. We'll wrap up this live. And just again, thank you to everybody for being here tonight on a Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, between or whatever time zone you were in. I really, really appreciate it. I loved this live. I loved being able to have these conversations, talk about past challengers, some great memories of the golden ages of the challenge. And I do want to talk about upcoming projects for the channel from May and in June. So please stick around after this ad to talk about that. Before getting into the Patreon peak commentary video, I wanted to mention some updates happening over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. The $1 tier has stayed the same, where for $1 a month, you'll get access to the Angelcake Discord, as well as your name at the end of every one of my videos. In the $2 tier, you'll get what I previously just mentioned, as well as a monthly video of me reviewing every reality show I watch for a given month. As well as this summer, I'll be releasing the Challenge Workout Series. I'll be making videos of me trying to keep up with Rachel Robinson's workouts that are up on the Challenge YouTube channel, trying to get the Challenge Summer body.
What's the magic word? Burpees? You're right.
You. In the $3 tier, you'll get everything in the $1 and $2 tier, as well as access to weekly lives where I talk about the challenge episodes that week and other challenge related news. Also added to this tier will be access to weekly watch parties where, starting in May, one night a week we'll be watching through a season of The Real World. And finally, for $5 a month, you'll get all the exclusive content I mentioned already, as well as access to the Challenge Rewatch series. I'm watching through the challenge from the very beginning. As of recording this, we've watched through seasons 1 through 5 and currently making our way through season 6. I have the original early episodes and all the commentary videos up to rewatch anytime for anyone signed up to this tier specifically. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the content. And we're back. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Quickly going over some new content that'll be coming out this May. I'm going to be doing. So in May, I have something special cooking up for next week. It was actually supposed to be coming out this week, but the opportunity had to be pushed back a little bit. So with that being the case, I'm hoping that the original idea for this Monday / today happens for next Monday, which I'm very, very excited about. Very, very excited about. So I don't want to say anything. I don't want to, in case it falls through, I don't want to say anything. The next month, let me get my calendar up here. The next week, I'm going May 16th, I will be doing a new series called The Worst. And I'm going to have the first series, the first video of that series, talking about something of the challenge that is the worst, whether it's a performance, whether it's a player, whether it's a season. I'll be doing a worst, kind of like the secret base videos, but for the challenge. May 23 of 23, I will be doing my unhinged comprehensive challenge season rankings, ranking all 38 seasons, no spinoffs. I'm ranking all 38 seasons from worst to best. So I'm going 38 through 1. I don't know how long that video is going to be, but my goodness, I think it could be like 2 hours long by itself. So I'm very worried about that video and how long it's going to be, but that's going to be looking to come out on the 23rd. After the ending to the World Championship happening on the 18th, I believe, or the 17th, I believe. Then I'm going to be starting to do some experimental content here. I'm going to be adding some non-challenge videos to the channel just to see how they do. I talked this past weekend of doing like a video where I do a commentary of an old video or an old episode of Next or other old MTV shows. So I think that would be a lot of fun. I also have a rivalry video coming up. I know I haven't done one since CT versus Adam, but I have an idea for a one that I think is going to be really, really interesting to watch. So starting on June 6th, I should have a rivalry video coming out. And then I have another worst video coming out at the end of June. And then mid-June, I have a rise and fall video where I highlight a career of a challenger who like hit a peak of their challenge career and then boom, 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 completely just fell off. So that's going to be I've been wanting to do like rise and fall videos for a long time on challenge competitors, and I think this one would be a really, really good one. So that's what I'm going to be doing through May. Also June, the new season of Black Mirror comes out. I know somebody was asking me in one of the Power Rankings comments sections about, have I seen the new trailer for Black Mirror? I have, and I definitely want to make another Black Mirror video. Way back in the day, I made one Black Mirror video, and I had a lot of fun with it. But with the new season coming out in June, I think it could be a fun thing if I get inspired by one of those inspired by one of the episodes or the series in general. I think it could be a lot of fun just to make a different kind of video essay of a different show that I am very passionate about. So that could be coming in June, as well as maybe a Top Chef video or a Hell's Kitchen video, just a one-off of another Hell's Kitchen video, which I think could be a lot of fun. Or doing a Top Chef video, which is like one of my favorite TV shows, one of my favorite reality shows. So that's what's in the works coming out of it. I will say that I have been kind of feeling a little out of sorts after being so heavily focused on such a big project of Cara Maria docuseries for the last 4 months, that I have been trying to find my footing. Of getting back into weekly content. And I think I am going to be, I feel a lot better now. And again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who supports me here on YouTube. I really, really appreciate it. I know I've been a little bit in flux this year more than any other year because of being so hyper focused with the Cara Maria doc, and I really, really appreciate everybody's support and also your patience. Also, I wanted to say, give out a shout out, thank you to everyone who has supported me over at patreon.com. I just played the ad, but I just want to say thank you to everybody here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And supporting me here on Patreon, but also supporting me here in financially and extra ways that I can't say thank you enough. So thank you so much. I want to go over a couple more season rankings, all 38 season rankings. I don't want to cover up too many names. But yeah, it's going to be big. You could break it up, part 1 and part 2, but I pretty much break up the whole thing in 3 tiers. So maybe 3 videos. No, I'm going to put it all in one. I don't even know if it's going to be 2 hours, but 38. If I do 1 minute per season talking about it, which is not going to happen, that's 38 minutes right off the bat. So even if I do 2, that's over an hour. So I'm just trying to get in my brain how long that season's going to be. And then finally, thank you. These are some of the newer patrons. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. So link is in the description for the patreon.com/angelcakevids. Yeah, it's really, really great. Hey Drew, have you ever thought about doing a questionable asterisk finals wins list? The first one that comes to mind is Casey's win with CT. I've thought about doing another controversial like productions, like that one episode, one video I did with the controversial stuff. Like questioning productions, like rules and stuff, and how the seasons were laid out. I did one video of that. I know I could do like 15 videos of that. So maybe. Hey, Chris, the Nullified Take. Hey, if anybody watches Survivor content or even just challenge content as well, go check out the Nullified Take channel. He does a lot of great stuff over with Chris. He's a great guy. Makes great content. Did Tori make the Rushmore? She made Veronica's Rushmore. And I'll leave it at that. Tori got the boot. Dang. Oh man. So yeah. But thank you again, everybody, for being here on a Monday. Again, you didn't have to be here on a Monday. I know everybody's just starting out the week or starting out the new week. You're tired, going back to your jobs, going back to your work, going back to school. But thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your hour and a half with me here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to bringing up so much more content. Again, I'm doing research on another player for their challenge docuseries that's coming out later this year. And the hint was that they have done a ton of seasons. So I look forward to seeing everybody's like wondering and everybody's theories of who that could be. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's theories and questions and trying to put all the clues together. I'm looking forward to it. But thank you again so much. I really, really appreciate everybody. Everybody here has made my night, made my day. For being here on a Monday night. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think many people would show up, and everybody, you came, and I just had the best night ever. So thank you so much for everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for everybody's great feedback on the Cara videos as well as every other video. I have so much fun putting these videos together. I have such great fun. I'm so inspired, and what makes me inspired is just everybody's feedback that I get, the comments that I get, the likes that I get, makes just this worth it, you know? I mean, sometimes I have a bad day and then I go in there, I make a video, and I get just reading people comment on something about the show makes me think about something in a different way of the show or a player. And then it just takes me out of where I'm at and puts me in a much better mindset. And it makes me want to keep on just pushing myself to do much better work when I see the comments, when I see people giving me feedback or having a take on the show. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, I can't thank you enough. I mean, it just feels surreal. Um, I mean, seeing we did make it past 29 very recently, 29K, and we're on our way pushing towards 30,000, which is the goal this year. And I just thank you everybody. I mean, this is such a surreal moment, but I just want to say thank you everybody. I'm looking forward to doing maybe another live very, very soon. I'm looking to do another trivia challenge with three other content creators, hopefully coming up in July, possibly. So I know that's coming up pretty soon. It's May 1st. I'm hoping to do it in July. Somebody already said yes. Actually, two people already asked me if they could be a part of it. Well, I asked one person and another person asked me. So we have two people already locked in. I didn't tell them. Well, I did say July, but we have two people locked in already. If there's a third person that you would like to see on a trivia challenge, seeing their challenge knowledge being tested against some other great content creators, please leave somebody in below that you would think would do a great job or you would like to see on a trivia challenge, because I love putting those together. And I got some two heavy hitters, I think. Well, got some two heavy hitters lined up. So I'm looking forward to it. So that's going to be coming in July. I know I talked about May and June, but that's also coming up in July. So I'm very, very excited for that. But thank you everybody again for being here tonight. We're wrapping things up. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you again, Margie, for the super sticker. Thank you, Send Poppy and Smash the Hype as well for super chats and everything. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you everybody for just being here. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. Dang, missed it. We'll rewatch it. It was great. It's great. Thank you everybody. I hope everybody has a great rest of the night, a great rest of your Monday. Don't be putting this out there. She did not, but she did acknowledge me, and that's all that matters. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you everybody. I hope everybody has a great rest of the night, a great rest of your day. I'm gonna go watch some NBA basketball and draft more for my dynasty draft. And thank you everybody again. You all are awesome. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see everybody in the comment sections of the other videos and the other community posts and everything. And thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night, a great, safe rest of your week, and then on to a great Wednesday, where hopefully this episode of the World Championship is just going to be a home run. So let's hope for it, which then will be home run review and recaps and Tiny Table Talks. But thank you again, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. Peace. This isn't awkward at all. I can definitely just end it now.